Man, what a time for the Rise of the Triad music to kick in. I gotta play that at some point. I gotta finish that at some point. There's a lot of games that I need to finish. Hey, how's everybody doing? It's Sunday. I think it's a bit warmer out today than it was yesterday. Certainly less windy. Like it was fucking howling out there yesterday, but now not so much. Although I will say, the sun already looks to be setting. Fair enough, fair enough. But, yeah. We are certainly in the lead up to winter. But, yeah, so as promised last time, we're playing Sonic, I guess. Because I couldn't really think of another game to play, and I'm feeling a little bit burnt out on Signalis at the moment. I thought I would have beaten it by now. Excuse me. I thought I would have beaten it by now. But no, it goes on for like another 6 hours. So, yeah. And, you know, I'm just looking for something shorter to play that won't, like, leave me on edge for a little while. You know, because going on Thanksgiving break in a few days, so want something to kind of chill out with. And well, this game's very nostalgic for me. The last time I think I played all the way through it was, God, it was like 2 years ago. Like year and a half, 2 years ago. I streamed it, I think, in like March or April of 2023. Yeah, March or April of 2023. I played through the first one, I played through the second one, and then I played through Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog because that had just come out. And yeah, I didn't do any more streaming for the rest of that semester, and I didn't do any streaming before that for basically that entire year because my old computer had some problems. I didn't feel comfortable with streaming, and then this computer, the new one, I kind of forgot to put like OBS and all of my shit on it until the semester was starting to like wind up. So yeah. Yeah. I don't even think I saved those VODs, unfortunately, so as far as the internet's concerned, they don't exist. But yeah, we're gonna be playing through it again. Gonna do my best to like 100% it, but that's not a guarantee. We're gonna be using the what was it, the Sega Genesis Classics collection with this, mostly because it's going it's going away next week. It's getting delisted off of Steam, so I highly recommend you pick it up while you still can. Not that you can get the Sonic games anymore, because they were delisted, I think, God, like a year or 2 years ago? But, yeah, it's a little bit of a funky situation when you get the Rise Star music. I should stream Rise Star someday. But yeah, without further ado, I suppose, let's just get right into the game. At any moment, it's gonna... Oh, well, you can see part of the fucking... That's not supposed to happen. Oh, hang on. There it is. There it is! Fuck. Sega jump scare. Yeah, it's for what it's worth, this is a pretty cool collection. It has been out for a few years now. Although, weirdly, I was having some trouble setting up my controller. It's working now, but it's weird. Like, it's cool, you know, you got this whole cool presentation going on, like it's a bedroom in the 90s. Yeah. Whole bunch of games. Sonic games being a few of them. You got 1, 2, 3, 3D Blast, Spinball. You even got Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine somewhere. Yeah, I like it when these old game collections do this. Yeah. It's just, ultimately, it is just a menu, but it's a fancy menu. It is a very fancy menu also. I'm gonna plug in real quick. Oh god. Weirdly, this game works with the mouse. Like, it's mouse, keyboard, controller. I don't know why you'd want to ever use the mouse to play a game like this, but you can. Got a whole bunch of stuff in here, and there's some pretty cool games, including some stuff that I don't think people generally would have played if it's not, like, in a collection, which this is. It's not the most comprehensive collection of Genesis games out there, but it's the one that you can currently get. For now, anyway, for like another week. Anyway, let's just start the game. I've been sandbagging long enough. Let's Let's actually get right into it. Did I actually start it before the demo? Yep, okay. Yeah, if you wait too long, the game goes into a demo. Like, it eats your start button input. And it's just like, nah, sorry. But yeah, I love this game. I grew up with it. In that, we had a Genesis plug-and-play in my house with 6 games on it. And this was one of them. It was at the top of the list. So I played it a lot. I was never very good at it as a kid, but that doesn't really matter. Also, I just want to say how, like, kind of genius the level design in this first zone is. Because it's very variable. There's certain layers to it, and that, like, you get an upper layer that's generally easier but harder to get to, and a lower layer that's way easier to get to, but also much, much more difficult. Stuff like that's always interesting to me. And I swear, I keep finding new stuff with this game all the time. Certainly helped with the fact that a couple of betas came out for it recently. So that was pretty cool. And that was the first level. That's your crash course on Sonic 1. It's incredibly basic. There's a reason why, I guess... Okay. For some reason, other than nostalgia, I feel like I keep coming back to this game in particular. Maybe it is just nostalgia, you know, I don't know. But there's, like, a certain simplicity to it that just doesn't really exist in the other games. Like, there's no spin dash in this. It's all incredibly momentum-based. For better and for worse. There's all these, like, little nooks and crannies, and it's just... I don't know. Like, it's a fun game. It really is. Although the whole, like, blast processing thing is... it's complete bullshit. It's fucking... it's meaningless. Doesn't mean anything. What does blast processing even mean? I don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody really knows. So, you get this, you go fast, and you slowly break this wall down. Ow. And what greets you is a couple of ring boxes and a shield. The whole, like, concept of rings in a 2D platformer of this period is so interesting to me. That health is essentially based on the collectibles, but not in, like, the Mario way. It's like, as long as you have one ring, like, you're safe. But you dip below that, you're in trouble. Ha! Yeah! Always super satisfying to pull that off. You do get a couple of seconds, like, once you pass the goalpost, before the level's actually over, to, like, go back. Come on. Okay, one thing I definitely don't miss about this game are the special stages. They are not good! They are not good. Ooh. Okay, come on. Gotta go in there. Go in there. Okay, that's a continue. That's cool. Go, go. No, 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 no. Okay, okay, okay. We're in the room with the emerald. you want to get the Chaos Emeralds. They're around. They do something. I don't know what they actually do, like in canon, in Sonic 1 specifically, because they certainly don't make you go supersonic. That's number 2. It's Sonic 2 that does that. It is a massive Dragon Ball reference. To the point where, like, everybody just already inherently gets it, you know? Continue. Those things are precious. But also, there's not 7 Chaos Emeralds in this. There's only 6. I guess because there's, like, 6 main zones? So the idea is you want to collect at least 1 in every zone. But you're not limited to 1 per zone, unlike the Master System version, for some reason. That one's different. That one, oh god, this is not the place to be going fast. Oh god. But that one's a bit weird to me, because, yeah, the emeralds are just kind of out in the open. It's like a puzzle. You have to go explore the level to find them, which is neat, but they kept the timer. It's like, okay, there is another, like, layer of difficulty to this game that is not immediately obvious. You have the timer, and it's not just, like, for points, you know, at the end of the level. There is a hard time limit in every level. Hard time limit. You miss that time limit, that's it. I forget if it's, like, a death or a game over. But you don't want to hit that time limit. You have approximately 10 minutes to beat every level. And there are a few of them. Just think about it like this. Not including Final Zone, which is 1 level. Every area has 6 levels. Not 6, it has 3 levels. Fuck. There's 6 areas with 3 levels each. And with the hard limit of, you know, 10 minutes per level, I actually did the math before stream. The longest a single deathless game of Sonic can go is roughly about 3 hours. Roughly. That's not including deaths or going to special stages or whatever. That is exclusively you run from the beginning to end, somehow just within the 10-minute time limit. And just like that, I've already beaten the first boss. That is certainly something. I didn't even get to talk about it. It's so freaking easy. You can cheese them out for a couple of hits at the start of the fight. Only really there, though. Marble Zone. You know, for a little while, I thought that Marble Zone was at least had like the same palette of the of the first level in Altered Beast. I don't know. It's like it just gave off that feel to me, even though the 2 games are not at all related. Altered Beast is in this collection, and it's really good. It's hard. But what would you expect out of a Sega arcade game? They were kind of known for difficulty. Anyway. Unlike Green Hill, Marble Zone is a much slower-paced area. There's a lot of waiting. doing stuff like this and getting to see the neat parallax scrolling effects up close and personal. Because while the backgrounds certainly have parallax scrolling, it's in, you know, the background. You don't really get to see it all that much. Or, well, it's... Why the fuck was he pushing there? There are some weird graphical bugs that happen. Like, I didn't show you the 1 or 2 rocks in Green Hill Zone where if you jump, it plays the walking animation instead of the jumping animation. There are some weird bugs in this game. I don't know. But it's just... It's kind of charmingly janky. Yeah, like that. There. You saw that, right? He did the walking animation instead of the jumping animation. I don't know why that happens. I just know that it does. It's just shit that you notice after playing these games for long enough. I don't know. Like, I noticed that as a kid, and it's just kind of... I've kept that information for some reason. I really don't know why. I do also have shit like rewind and fast forward if I need it. Because I really want to get all the Chaos Emeralds this run. But they can be a bitch to get. It can be really hard to get all 6 of them. Every special stage from here on out just gets bigger and more confusing. This one's relatively straightforward though. It's just a single room, essentially. But you got these goal areas all around it. And the goals, they're not your friend. They take you out of the special stage. So the whole idea is you want to avoid them. I got another continue, that's cool. First rewind of the run. Just because, like, it's way better to get the Chaos Emeralds out of the way at the earliest possible point. A lot of people don't really like these special stages, myself included, because of a lot of reasons. It's big, it's confusing, it can be hard to navigate at times, and generally it's not the most fun idea for a special stage. You're just kind of, like, the entire world rotates around you, and it doesn't really work all that well. Come on. Oh, fuck. No, 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 no. Whoa, 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 whoa. Come on. Jesus. I hate this one. I hate, like, all of these. And you know what? The reward isn't even really worth it. Getting all of the emeralds! It's just like a screen at the end of the game that's like, congratulations, you won. Like, that's it! But I didn't do it the last time I played it, so I wanna make good on that. Even if it does mean doing this. Oh god, come on. Get over there. It's right there. It's right there. It's right in the open. Get it. Get it. Come on. Got it! Halfway there. And a continue. This is, like, the most reliable way to get continues, too. I don't know how many rings or points you need, but if you just putz around in the special stages for long enough, you will get a continue. Ow! 100? I didn't get 100 there, though. I don't think I did. But yeah, ultimately, you want to get 50 rings, and hit the special stage at the end of the first 2 levels of a zone. So, in theory, you can get all 6 of the Chaos Emeralds at the halfway point of the game. In theory, this is like very ideal circumstances where you don't miss one. There's also the fact of, if you go into a special stage and you mess up, like you get booted out of the level, the next time you hit a special stage, you don't go to that one. You go to the next one in the rotation. So, you essentially have to do all of the other special stages first, then you can go back to the one you messed up with. I don't really like caterpillars. They're annoying to deal with. A bit of an odd system. It's just always how the special stages in these games have worked. And, like, I feel like every other game did special stages better. Like, Sonic 2... Yeah, look at that! Why does it play that animation and not the jump? It's so fucking weird! And it works there! Like, I don't know what the deal is with this weird graphical bug that only exists in, like, the original Genesis ROM. Like, every other version I've ever played has fixed it. I don't even know what it is! There's also a checkpoint here that's really easy to miss. Maybe it's just a quirk of the past? Probably. It's just... Sonic 1 is actually a pretty buggy game. To the shock of literally no one. Sonic games are buggy. It's kind of like an overused joke at this point. Well, I don't know. Like, for me, the bugs don't get in the way of the experience, except for, like, one or two that, to be fair, are pretty situational. And are not the most likely to happen. Breaking news! Old video games are infested with bugs! Yeah. For some reason... Okay. At the start of the game, at the title screen, there's supposed to be text that says, press start. This does not appear because of the Sonic Team logo. Well, yeah. For whatever reason, it doesn't clear in RAM properly. So, the text doesn't actually appear in normal gameplay. Unless you do a very specific Easter egg, then the RAM properly clears, and you get the text. It is so bizarre to me. It's weird. Anyway, special stage number 4. We're back to these being a maze. I also didn't really understand until somewhat recently what the up and down bumpers do. They changed the speed of rotation. So up will make them go fast. Down will make them go slower. You would think that would be intuitive, but it's just not. Generally speaking, you want to follow the rings in these special stages. Alright, that one was pretty quick. I will say though, technically speaking, these special stages are impressive. Because they're rotating tiles. Now that's something that you could really easily do on the Super Nintendo with Super FX and, you know, Mode 7. But the Genesis didn't have that sort of capability. So they had to, like, figure out this way to hack it in. It's so freaking cool. Oh, yeah, there's been jokes for decades about the special stages causing motion sickness. it can definitely be not fun. Anyway, this level is the first in the game that's, like, really a maze. It's kind of easy to get lost in here, especially if you don't already have some idea of where to go. Oh, and this is fun. Look at this. In order to break those blocks, I have to spin. Not spin dash. Spin dash didn't exist yet. God. Like, the whole development history of Sonic is pretty interesting to me. Because when you think about it, these games were pretty cutting edge for the time. In certain respects. Like, you know, the whole rotating tiles thing on the Genesis. That's something a lot of games attempted to do on, you know, on the Genesis, because it looked impressive. It's just like, hey, the Super Nintendo can do it, but so can we. It just, I don't know, it gives the Genesis this, like, kind of unique feel that, well, Genesis games have this unique feel that a lot of 16-bit computer games from Europe do. I mean, there was even going to be, at one point, I did research into this for that iceberg video I did ages ago when I was still in high school. At one point, there was going to be an Amiga and Atari ST port of this game, but it ended up falling through because of some, like, prickly relations between Sega and publisher US Gold. I find that so fascinating. And honestly, I feel like this game would have felt really at home on the 16-bit computers. Wasn't the Amiga bad? Hell no! Hell no! For the time, the Amiga was amazing! That is to say, the mid-80s. It definitely got outclassed pretty quickly by the PC once that really started getting going. But for a few years, the Amiga was the cutting edge of personal computers. I'd love to own one, but my god, they are expensive. They're expensive and they're hard to find, because, like, it's easy to find old PC hardware, because that's just where the American computer market went, was PCs. It's way easier to find, like, Amigas and Atari STs in Europe, where the PC market wasn't yet fully entrenched. Honestly, I think that's why you see, I guess, a lot more European developers on Genesis than you do on Super Nintendo. Because it kind of does have that, like, 16-bit computer feel. Also, the Genesis was just cheaper. And if you want to know anything about European video games in the 80s and 90s, they were cheapskates. Most of the video game industry revolved around relatively cheap 8-bit microcomputers. To the point where stuff like the Commodore Amiga, for the longest time, was just out of people's reach. Like, it was just too expensive. Even the NES was kind of this way. It was just, it was too expensive for a lot of people. So it wasn't as popular. Anyway, we're heading on to the second boss now. I remember this was also a point where I kind of got stuck as a kid. I didn't mean to fucking do that, but it's really easy. I also just now realized it meant the Amiga CD32 being bad. Oh, yeah, the CD32 was, like, Commodore's attempt to break into the console market, but instead it bankrupted them. Like, hard. Because, like, they were already on the verge of financial collapse in the Amiga era. You know, because of competition with Atari, with the ST, and with, you know, the IBM PC and all of its compatible clones. Oh, oh, we've hit the good music zone. This is like my favorite zone in the game from music alone. Also, cope. It says cope. It says cope. Again, a joke that's been around for decades. Like, why does it say cope? Why does that light say cope? This zone also has these, like, armadillo enemies. Okay. I can never hit that platform in time. You know what? I barely have to worry about it, because I could just... Oh. Never mind, let's move on. Also, these spike balls are pre-rendered. They're pre-rendered graphics, you can tell. Or at least they look pre-rendered. Because just look at the shading, it's kind of weird. They stick out in a way that other sprites in this game just don't. I don't know, maybe they're like an early asset that they just never changed for some reason. I don't know. It sticks out strangely. Yeah. Like, it doesn't fully mesh with the art style of the rest of the game. Also, these areas are really annoying. It's very easy to get crushed. It's very easy to get crushed there. Jump up here and meet the guys you have to roll into. I gotta live dangerously for a little bit here so I can get enough rings. Okay, we got 50. We have 50. You need 50. So it puts you, like, halfway to the point of an extra life. And it also encourages you to explore, which is always fun. But the 10-minute time limit, kinda doesn't encourage you to explore at all. Ow! Nope, nope, no, that didn't happen. What are you talking about? There's also this straight shot to the end. I think it is the shading, yeah. Like, it just... Ugh. Anyway. Special stage number 5. Hopefully, this is, like, one of the last times we have to see the special stage. Oh, nope, that's bad. Don't go that way. Yes, I am using rewind. I don't care. I want to get through this quickly. I want to get through this quickly and without much fuss. I think that's fair. I think that's, you know, fair to ask. They put this feature in here, and I'm not, like, abusing it. I'm just like, okay, I don't want to be booted out of the special stage. Okay, we're here. They added time travel before CD. Yeah. Sonic CD, like, some parts of it were supposed to be in Sonic 2, but weren't. Like, I think part of the original intention for Sonic 2 was for it to be on the Sega CD. I think? Because it definitely feels and plays more like Sonic 1 than Sonic 2. But at some point, the development split. So you have the Sonic 2 that we ended up getting on cartridge, and then Sonic CD, which came out a year later. It's so weird. Number 5. We're almost there. We only got one more. Then we don't have to worry about getting 50 rings ever again for the rest of the game. It also means I don't have to worry about trying to get into a special stage in Labyrinth Zone, which is a pain. Because there are shortcuts. There are shortcuts in Labyrinth Zone, but you really gotta know the level in order to find them. They are there, though. The developers weren't that sadistic. Although their original intention was to put Labyrinth Zone near the start of the game. Yeah, if you've ever put in the level select cheat code in this game, because there is one, if you ever put in the level select cheat code, you'll notice the levels, the order of levels is different from what you play in game. Because until very late in development, that was the order in which you were going to go through the levels in this game. It would have been Green Hill, then Labyrinth Zone, which that sounds painful. Why would you do that? Why would you ever do that? But that's what they wanted. That's what they originally wanted to do. Yeah, that sounds not great. Yeah, because it's not. Also, there's this shield, which is really hard to get to. Look at this. I have glitched into the spring. I have never seen that before. So dog has sat down next to me. Give him a pat. Give him a pat on the head. Tell him he's doing a good job. Okay. Yeah. Nope. I just don't want to lose my rings. We are so close. She happy. That's good. Happy dog. Like, there are some really neat graphical effects in this game. Like these platforms. It's cool. Because you gotta think, like, up until, you know, maybe just a few years before the release of this game, there really wasn't technology to do shit like this. At least not at the speed that this game does. Maybe that's what blast processing was supposed to mean. Was that it's able to do these things relatively fast. Like, I can't really think of a time when this game has major slowdown. Here we go, the final special stage. Seemingly very easy. It's probably the smallest of any of the special stages in this game. And honestly, I don't know why this one's last, but ooh, it's really easy to slip out of where the ring is. When has a Sonic game ever been slow? Oh, ho, ho. Oh, ho, ho. There's quite a few that are slow. Because that's just the gameplay. Also, you know, performance, which is a different kind of slow. Come on, get in there. Get in there. Get in there. Got it! Wait, I just remembered Sonic Blast, yeah. Sonic got them all! All 6 Chaos Emeralds. Now we can just focus on beating the game. there is not really a reward for doing it. It just kind of happens. You get the good ending, which, if you care about such things, good for you. I happen to care. I happen to care because, you know, the last time I played this, I didn't get that. And most of the time when I do casual playthroughs, I don't go for all the emeralds, because, quite frankly, it's just a pain in the ass. It's really hard to do. Supersonic wasn't in one? No! Supersonic was introduced in Sonic 2. I don't know, I guess the developers went out and read Toriyama's Dragon Ball, like specifically Dragon Ball Z, and decided, yeah, we want our character to go Super Saiyan and collect 7 MacGuffins. He's already collected 6 MacGuffins, why not just add a 7th? And you can't argue with that logic. But yeah, the Supersonic's not in this one, the Spin Dash is not in this one. There's been some updated versions that add that stuff into this game, but it's not in the spirit of it, if you ask me. Like, this is Sonic the way the developers had intended it to be, and I'd rather that be the case. I'd rather play through that. It's also the game as I remember it. Playing it on a Genesis plug-and-play in the 2000s. Also, you can run up walls, which is super fun. If you have enough speed. What's this way? Oh! You see, even years of playing this, even after years of playing this, there's still new things that I discover. Cope! Cope. There's other, like, signs that say, like, CPU and shit like that, you know, technical stuff. I don't understand why there's a sign that says cope. Like, what does that mean? So many people have, like, tried to decipher. Oh, hey, also, this boss is fun, because if you fuck it up, it's impossible to, finish. It's impossible to finish the level. Because, if you don't leave yourself enough platforms, yeah, there just will be a jump that you're not able to make. Later versions also fixed this by having there be these little like walls that come up that protect the very edges. Cope in Sonic was the earliest get good in video games. Anyway, now we get to the low point. So, fun fact, according to some estimates, this may be the most water in a 2D Sonic game in, like, the history of the entire franchise. Never again did they make it as this... Never again did they make it this bad. Like, think about it. Sonic 2 had a couple of sections where you would go underwater, but it would never be for very long. And of course, you know, we all know the whole thing about drowning, and Sonic can't swim. He canonically has hydrophobia. Like, he's afraid of water, because he's afraid of drowning. Now, if the writer in me were willing to, you know, add some character to this that's just not in, like, the game, I would say that, you know, maybe as a child, he had an experience where he almost drowned or something. Because that'll do it. That'll make anybody afraid of going in the water, is almost drowning. It's pretty foolproof. At least the drowning theme is a banger. Maybe he also just sinks at... Maybe he also just stinks at swimming. Yeah, he can't swim. But it also calls into question, if he just sinks, that means he has no natural buoyancy. But, fun fact, most living things have some amount of buoyancy. So this means that Sonic must be incredibly heavy for his height. This is all just assisting in the headcanon idea that Sonic and his friends are all robots. Which does exist, by the way. That's not a thing I've made up. That is, like, a headcanon. Because it just... Like, think about it. Oh, God, slow down. Okay, yep, that's where the slowdown happens, is when you lose, like, a billion rings. Because they're all, like, individual entities. Also, fun fact, this zone is the only one in the game that doesn't have a proper boss. It just has, like, a vertical ascent. Also, the background for the, this zone in the beta was way cooler. It was like a cavern with spokes of light coming down from the ceiling. It looked super fucking cool, and I don't know why they didn't keep it. I don't know, maybe because of palette limitations, but... I don't know. But yeah, thankfully, this level does have a shortcut. So you don't have to go through, like, the whole level like I did. But unless I look at a map, I could not tell you where that shortcut is. Also, it's really good that we got all of the Chaos Emeralds, because trying to get 50 rings through this entire area is such a pain in the ass. Yeah, it exits right here. Right here, right at the end of the level. It's pretty close to the start. That's about as much as I know. I don't know where it is. Yeah, like I said, the developers were sadistic at times, but not outright evil. Also, fun thing. There's... yeah. This isn't the last time we'll see Labyrinth Zone either, and you'll see why. Oh god, you'll see why. Oh, come on. I also don't really like this music. I think it kind of sucks. The Master System version is actually, I think, superior in that regard. It has this really funky theme for it. Like, it's super fun. Anyway, so that button, like, opens a door. this way that'll let you progress, and you can pick up invincibility and go down, back into the water. Invincibility does not save you from drowning. It doesn't. You can be invincible and still drown. The worst stage in this game? Oh, we'll get there. Trust me, we'll get there. Ow. Really bad timing. Really bad timing. Fuck. See, this is why I wanted to get the Chaos Emeralds out of the way early. Come on. Come on. Just wait for the water bubble. Okay. The second I hear, like, the drowning music start, it's just, like, instant anxiety. You know? To the point where I want to avoid it entirely. Even that, like, timer, that, like, subtle ding-ding, it's just like a constant reminder of, okay, I gotta find an air pocket. Fast. There's also not really a, oh hey, we get the foot tap. Fair enough, it does a good job at being panic-inducing. Oh, absolutely. Like, I don't hate it as a gameplay mechanic. I just hate it personally because anxiety. Anyway, so here's what I think is probably the worst level in the game. Because, it's pretty maze-like. And look at this. Long-ass waterfall, right? There's a certain point where you gotta jump off. Oh, fuck. I don't know why it's not working. It's not working for some reason. Why is it not working? Come on! There's like a there it is. You press this button so that the waterfall stops scrolling infinitely, and you can get that. If you don't know how to do that, you will just loop there forever. That's not the worst part, though. That's not the worst part. I want to stay close to the... Ow, fuck you! Oh, great, and that ring went right through me. Fantastic. So now I have no rings. I have to be very careful. Just, like, the fact that this level is a giant maze, and it's underwater, with, like, really slow underwater physics, and the threat of drowning, it sucks! It sucks so bad! And just when you're like, okay, we're out of the water, the game will figure out a way to put you back in. Oof. Why did... Oh, hey, and that's another fun thing about this game. If you get hit and land on spikes, no iframes, you just die. Again, this is a bug that gets fixed, but... Ooh. It's just fucking weird. Why does it have to exist like that? Once again, this game is full of weird bugs that just don't really make sense to me, and that I can't really explain without really understanding the technicalities of how this game works. And I am not a game designer. I don't code. I can identify a problem, but I can't say exactly what the mechanism is that causes it, or why that happens. All I know is that it does happen. Also, weird place to put invincibility. Because there's not really much to fucking do with it. Grab the shield. Wait for the air bubble to come up. A lot of this is just waiting for air bubbles. This zone, I think, is like the first real time you have to worry about not finishing a level in 10 minutes. Because again, it's slow and it's mazy. And I hate that. I really hate that. So you push this button, and now the direction of the platforms is reversed. But yeah, you might have heard me say this level doesn't really have a proper boss fight, and it doesn't. Okay, you absolutely cannot miss these cork platforms. If you do, you drown. Like, you die. That's it, period. You cannot progress through the level. That's bad. I hate that. Once again, something in this level that just annoys me that doesn't really need to be the way it is. Dog has left. I see. Okay, so you get up here, right? And there he is. There's Robotnik. He has infinite health. You just chase him out. That is all that this is. This is that one part of a chemical plant where you just have to get out of, like, the area without drowning. Except, it's way longer. Oh, come on. It's way longer. But, it's also not that hard. And just like that. We're done. It's not that hard if you know how to dodge and weave. And also have rewind. Otherwise, it's really annoying. Starlight Zone is the zone that I always forget exists. Like, you know, it'll be like, okay, we just finished up Labyrinth Zone, now we're on to Scrap Brain and the end of the game. No, there's this whole area with, like, elevator music that exists that's in between then and now. Also, there's a one-up box that you have to, like, go a little ways into the level and then come back to get. But yeah, just elevator music. Which is also, for some reason, the music that plays in Sega's UFO catchers? Like the claw machines that they make. For some reason, a, like, faster-paced version of this song in particular has been, like, the main theme for UFO catchers for, God, 20 years? I don't know, Cactus told me about it, and it's, like, it's interesting. Or at least I find it interesting as a fan of this game. I find it to be interesting. Because because I'm a nerd and I like these things. I like knowing useless information, such as that. It's just a random piece of trivia, so have fun with it, I guess. Now you know this knowledge, and will, like, maybe tell it to somebody during a playthrough of this game, but then in, like, literally no other context. Anyway, we're once again getting the, sort of momentum stuff. And bombs that explode. Fun facts are always cool to know. Yeah. Actually, wait. Oh. I want to kill that guy. Oh, but I just run out of time before I can. Ah, forget it. Let's move on. But yeah, from here on out, we're kinda sorta speedrunning through the game. Because, like, there's really nothing else to do except run to the right now. Yeah. I feel like I'm standing in an elevator with this music. Also, the, if I remember correctly, the beta build of Sonic 1 that's been covered on the cutting room floor, the one that I contributed to. I guess also fun fact, but that's a cooler thing, like that's actually kind of cool information. This is not a flex. This is not me being like, yeah, I contributed to the cutting room floor. It's literally just something I thought of in passing again. Which is, I'm pretty sure in that beta build, the background for... Was it Starlight Zone or... I don't remember. It might have been Starlight Zone, but it also might have been, why am I blanking on the name? I don't know. Or the zone 2 zones ago. Why? I don't know why I've forgotten. Starlight Carnival? I don't know. Another short level. Yeah. If you know what you're doing, and you're, like, not trying to go after, like, 50 rings and really explore, you can finish these levels fairly quickly. Like, the 10-minute time limit isn't really necessary. Yeah, that is the name of a different thing. It was... Fuck, what was it? Hold on. Spring Yard Zone. Fuck, why did I forget it? Why did I forget Spring Yard Zone? I don't know. The, like, background for either Starlight Zone or Spring Yard Zone was, like, seizure-inducing. With all the colors. Eh, fuck it. Whatever happens, happens throughout. From here on out. Ow! First death of the run. Yeah. I think there was, like, a joke for a little while on the cutting room floor page where it was just... The page was titled, like, Seizure Yard Zone or something. Or maybe I'm just, like, misremembering. These springs are kind of cool. Because, you know, they launch the fucking ball up, and its trajectory depends on where you step on the lever. just like a neat physics thing, you know? Oh god. No, 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 why? Ugh. Yeah, get me up and out. Bombs. Uh-oh. Music is relaxing. Yeah, I guess. As long as you're not, like, stuck in these levels, it is pretty chill. You know, just a little bit of calm before the storm that is, Scrap Braid Zone. Also, I think this boss fight's kind of cool. Ow. Fuck. Because you have to launch yourself up at Robotnik by using the things that he tosses. But the only, like, really effective one is the one in the middle. I don't really know why there's the other two. Anyway, you just do this for a couple of hits and then he goes down. Some of the bosses in this game are, like, easy. At least when you know what you're doing. Yeah, you would think you would have to hit him with the bombs, but I don't even know if the game will let you do that. That's definitely something the later games would do. Alright. Now, we're in the Scrap Brain Zone. The end of the game! So, fun fact, all of the levels in Scrap Brain have, the only thing that's down there is death. The only thing that's down there is death. All of the levels have unique backgrounds. Seriously. So this background only exists for this level. I think that's kind of cool. There's also some, like, really cool, unique tile shit that, again, just doesn't exist in any other level, either in the zone or in the game in general. Like these doors. And, of course, you know, taking some notes from Mega Man, you know, the fucking Yoku blocks. You also have these, like, Tesla coils that shock you and are a little bit bullshit because they're fast. You have the fire. These platforms that spin when they reach, like, the end of, you know, whatever area they're in. It also means you have to, like, carefully time the disappearing platforms that the game doesn't tell you exist. Yeah, this area is a bit of a bastard in terms of difficulty. Like, this, I would say, is the game's biggest difficulty spike. Because there's just shit that'll kill you everywhere. This entire zone is one big OSHA violation. It's not even funny. Like, look at that. At least there's background cylinders, I suppose. There's also these pig guys that don't appear in any other zone in the game. They drop bombs. Yeah. Although, really, saying an area in this game has unique enemies isn't really a flex, considering that every zone in this game has unique enemies. Hell yeah. Act 2. Once again, unique background. Ow. There's also these circular platforms where you can do this, and they're a little bit annoying because it doesn't really like sling you around at all. That's not how they work. You just run around them infinitely. And wherever you jump, that's it. You don't carry the momentum at all. Which is weird. And I think when platforms like that show up again in, I think, like, Mania or something, you keep the momentum. Oh god, the spinning saw blades. The saw blades are here. Ugh, come on. Yeah. This is why you want to get the all of the Chaos Emeralds in the first half of the game, because it is really hard to keep a significant amount of rings from Labyrinth Zone onward. It is hard. Like, look at this. It's a fucking death pit. It literally gives you enough time to, like, recover from your iframes just to kill you. It's brutal. This is where, like, all of the game's difficulty is. Just all of these kind of bullshit environmental hazards. There's a certain timing to these platforms as well that's, like, kind of hard to figure out. Damn fucking caterpillar. Ah, fuck. Go, go, just go. Just get out. Fuck. I'm serious. You gotta roll under that one. But then you gotta, like... Again, I don't like this zone. I really don't like this zone. I don't like it. This is no bueno for me. This is very no me gusta. No like. Mm-mm. Ugh. Invincibility is something to be cherished here. Because it's the only way the, like, game's idea of speed can continue to exist this late. Sonic 1, I think a lot of people... Okay. A lot of people kind of identify the feel of Sonic 1 in a way that doesn't really mesh with it. Sonic 1 isn't about speed, it's about momentum. Thought of this just now as how you would design a level if you were an antagonist in a video game? Oh, yeah, absolutely! Absolutely. Death traps, like, everywhere. Every inch. No question. If I were an antagonist, yeah. I'd put an instant death pit at the start of the fucking level. Are you kidding me? Oh, and then the screen scrolls right. Oh, come on, you bitch. Come on. Uh-oh. No, no, no. And this is why Labyrinth Zone 3 is the worst level. Because you have to play it twice, basically. Congratulations, you figured out the secret. You figured out part of the reason why I hate Labyrinth Zone. It's not just the water, it's the fact that there are arguably 4 levels. I don't know why they did this. Were they running out of time? I'd cover the floor in oil, broken glass, and pitfalls that you can't see. God. It's like, if I were a boss in a video game, I would want my fight to just be bullshit. Just like complete bullshit. Uh-oh. 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 Come on. Come on. Oh! Like in Castlevania 2. Yeah. Oh god. Oh god. And then this truly is the worst level. Because air bubbles are few and far between. Like, you will be drowning. You will be drowning. It's not very fun. Although at one point, at some point in development, there were, there was like a snorkel item in the game that, honestly, I think it would have, increased the amount of time you would have before you started drowning? I think. I don't know. It was cut from the game, I think, before it really had any functionality. Some air would be nice. Okay, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. It's always satisfying to, like, hit the clutch, you know, just before you drown. Like, there's a... The VOD of me playing this doesn't exist anymore from, like, 2 years ago, but a clip does. A clip does exist. And that was of me, like, just barely avoiding drowning in this level specifically. Okay, I think we're almost at the end. I think. Ow. Fuck you. Okay, I still have some rings. Still have some rings. Okay. And there's more right here. There's also a door right here, which means that I probably had a faster way of doing this. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Come on, air bubble, please. Nope. Nope, drown. Oh, come on! It appeared. Literally. I hate this level so much. I hate it. I despise it. Ugh. It's just so fucking ass. Like, why? Why would you put this at the end of the game? It's just bullshit. It's not fun. Ugh. Like, look at this. Look at this. It's impossible to get here without starting to drown. Actually impossible. And then you get the slowdown because of all the shit on screen and also the, like, wavy effect. I don't know how long it takes for a water bubble to spawn, but it is too long. Anyway, we finished. Final zone. So here's how this works. Robotnik's in these, like, pistons, right? But he's only in one of them, and two of them move. And then these spikes, not spikes, these, like, electric balls appear, and they come down. You gotta avoid them. You gotta do this delicate dance roughly 16 times without missing. This is a nerve-wracking final boss, I'll tell you what. Because at any given time, there's not really a safe zone. Thankfully, there's gaps in, like, the electricity. But, man, it's also totally random where he appears. So you can just go for these, like, long periods of not being able to hit him. Ha! And you can only hit him once. The only area that's, like, safe from the pistons is over here on the very right. And there is nowhere that's safe from the electricity. You also have no rings, so you have to do this flawlessly. Thankfully, though, you have the full 10 minutes. Get hit by the electricity, you die, because you have no rings. You know, you don't get out of the way of the pistons fast enough, you die. Crushed. You take too long on the boss fight, you waste 10 minutes somehow, game over. Game over anyway, because it's done. Game beaten. You can also hit him here, but I don't think it does anything. Cool dudes don't look at explosions. Fucking did it. And because we got all 6 of the Chaos Emeralds, we get the good ending. Ha! Yeah! So that was Sonic. I think it's a good game. I think it holds up fairly well. It's fun. It's really fun. Like, I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot. I'm just checking how long. Yeah, it's been like an hour and a half. Not my fastest time through. I think that might have been somewhere between like half an hour and 45 minutes. That was also years ago, and I have no proof of this. But yeah, like, it is a good game. It is a very good game. I think it's aged pretty decently. Character design, Big Island. It's... Oh, we never saw this part. We never saw this part, I guess because I skipped it. Yeah, it's just like a little slideshow of all the shit that happened in the game. I mean, it's like, Sonic 1's not a hard game to find at all. It's like, in all of these collections, if you want to tolerate Sonic Origins, it's there too. It's not a hard game to find, so it's really fun. Whether or not you decide you want to, you know, go about it emulated or not, it's a good game. I think it's a really good game. Sonic 2, though, is just better. Or it isn't the greatest. Yeah, because it changes some things and people don't really like it. Presented by Sega. End. Yeah, if you didn't get all the Chaos Emeralds, the text says try again, and Robotnik juggles all of the emeralds that you didn't get. But here, because we got the good ending, it just says end, and he's not happy about it. He mad. He big mad. He big mad. And, yeah. Oh. And right back to the title screen. Yep, I want to try up, C, down, C, left, C, right. Is this the debug? Okay. No, you hold A, then you press start, I think. Hold on. I'm trying to remember... Haha! Welcome to debug mode! Yeah, the developers left this in the game because they thought players would have fun with it. So you select items with the A button, and you can place them down with the C button. So that's like the ring at the end of the level. That's some broken garbage. You can place like a billion rings. Look at that. There's also technically no time limit anymore either. It is also a little bit janky. But it is kind of cool that they were just like, yeah, here's like a random debug tool. Use it, because we think you'd have fun with it. How do I get to the level select? Ah, here it is! That's the level select. Okay, so this must be a later version of the ROM, because it has the correct level order. Yeah. So I can warp to any stage in the game, including special stages, and we also have a sound test. Which is, like, in hex. Okay, yeah. The music is still in the original order, so it's Green Hill, Labyrinth Zone, Marble Zone, Starlight Zone, Spring Yard Zone, Scrap Brain, Final. Yeah. Later games would have, cheat codes, based in the, sound test, but the first game doesn't. God, I'm surprised I still remember those cheat codes. Yeah, to To enable debug mode, you on the title screen you press it was up C, down C, left C, right, and then the level select, which I think in order to get, you need to put in the cheat code for the debug mode first. I don't really remember, but it's up, down, left, right, hold A, and then press start. And then if you want to enable debug mode, you have to hold A and press start. And then while you're in debug mode, at any point you can exit a level by pressing start and then B. I have just somehow managed to retain all of this information after taking it in like 10 years ago. Or, actually, no. No, yeah, roughly around 10 years ago. Dear God. Isn't that something? So let's find some good music. That's the boss theme, that's Final Zone. Game over. Also, I guess another fun fact, the Sega logo at the start of the game takes up roughly about a third of the cartridge space because they finished the game. They still had like a ton of space left on the cartridge, and one of the developers was like, "Hey, why don't we put a fun like new big Sega logo with a jingle in there instead of like the small one that we've occasionally put in games?" And they were like, "Are you sure?" And they were like, "Yeah, let's do it. It would be really fun. People will like it." And yeah, they put it in. It takes up a massive amount of space on the cartridge for what it is, because the sample is very high quality. And because of that, it fucks up the drum sample that they use for the music. It's supposed to be a bit more lower pitched, but they lost some of the quality of it. Game continue theme. Ending theme. Drowning. And then from here on out, it's like sound effects. Or just empty yep. Yeah. You also have to, like, mash the A button. Now, let's get back to, there we go. And then, yeah. So, I think that's gonna be it from me for today. Thank you all so much for joining me for, Sonic. It's always good to run through this game again, you know, it's a blast from the past for, you know, me personally. But maybe once we come back from Thanksgiving break, maybe we'll play Sonic 2. And then maybe CD and Sonic 3 and I don't know, maybe some other stuff. I have no idea. I don't really know. But we won't be doing any streams this coming weekend because I'm going home for Thanksgiving and my internet there it cannot handle streaming. So yeah, that's not gonna work. So we're gonna take a week break and then come back with something. There will be plenty of time to figure that out, though. There will be plenty of time. But yeah, for now, thank you all so much for joining me, and I hope to see you all next time.